Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video on Lumber Capital Log Yard. Today the boss is going to be doing a in-depth tutorial on how to run our Bell's Firewood processor here. So for anyone who's looking to invest in a Bell's 2000, here is a great tutorial on how to run it. So let's get into this video.
To start with, today's December 30th, and the firewood that we have up here today is going to be our first firewood for next firewood season. So what we're processing today is what we'll be getting ready for next next burn season. And to all the people that do firewood and have firewood businesses out there, I'm always thinking, I'm always trying to think a year ahead. It's really important to do so. The wood needs time to season. You have a lot better product, and if you can get it cut and split and get it in the sun come generally around November 1st here. That's when I consider the burn season starting. Certainly people are buying it much earlier than that, but they'll get it in, they'll buy it, they'll get it stacked and get it under cover, and by November 1st this wood's going to be ready to go. So let's take a little more in-depth look at the processor. This processor is a Bell's 2000. It's a fantastic machine. It's powered by a 50 horsepower Cat diesel engine. I think it may actually be made by Perkins, which is better yet. They are a fantastic engine. It's a little 50 horsepower engine. So let's just take a look at that real quick. This processor uses a 3-stage hydraulic pump, 1, 2, 3, and the reason that is important is as you are running multiple functions, you're not losing any integrity and power or strength. So I'm not sure what exactly every line feeds, but one is dedicated to the ram itself, as you might expect, and then we have many other functions. The saw on this, that is also a hydraulic motor. So the chainsaw that cuts the wood is hydraulically operated. This on particular is sort of interesting. It also self-oils, and you can control your speed up and down with that. This is for setting the length of the wood. So this is a air stop. This cylinder is not hydraulic, it is air powered. And when your log comes out and hits this, the distance between your chainsaw and the stop is, of course, the length of your cut. I have it set at 16 inches. It can be changed to 14, or we can do up to 18. So we can do some custom orders, custom sizing. Most firewood in Pennsylvania, I'm going to assume in America, goes at 16 inches. I know outdoor stoves and stuff, the outdoor burner guys, they like a lot bigger wood. And they're a little easier to service. They don't require as much finesse with the wood. So let's walk around the other end. I think I mentioned this in another video. One of the important features that I looked at when I purchased this machine, this was an option. My conveyor is hydraulic left and right. As a matter of fact, I know I mentioned this in another video. This is our largest trailer. We can get 2 cords on this. It's a 14,000 GVW trailer. And what's important to me about having a conveyor that can move left and right is we can let the truck and trailer sit in one location and we can windrow the entire trailer. I hate starting an engine and shutting it off, just to move ahead 4 feet. And certainly during the winter, you know, you really need to let your diesels idle and warm up, and just to shut them back down, it's really good. They never get up to their operating temperature, and that's when you start having trouble. And even, you know, like with the new DEF systems and stuff on that. So let's keep moving around. This is the gauges of the machine. So it has all your critical operating stages up there, your tach, certainly your coolant, your volts, your oil pressure. And I added lights to this machine. This is one of the things you guys will probably never see in a video. I am up here usually to 8 o'clock at night. That's one of the ways I'm able to work in the woods and then get the firewood done. So we have lights, and these are ones that I added. I actually had a buddy do it. He's really good at wiring. And they're all the way around, and they are fantastic. They light up the whole area, so I'm able to work really at any time of day. So the control station, it's all hydraulic. It's not electric over hydraulic. It's not joysticks. So it's just a very simple operation. It's really not much different than a regular splitter, except for a couple functions. We have a live deck on this machine. This is the live deck. You can see that we have poles on here. These poles are 24 feet long. I purchased them from a fantastic logging family. It's Mike Graham out of the woods. He does a great job. His product is always stellar. It's one of the people I really like to buy from. Anyhow, so our live deck here is a 3-strand. There's 3 legs that go across, and that will move the logs into the trough, and then the trough is hydraulically operated and brings the log forward to the stop. We have a 6-way wedge in here. I think this machine was offered with a 4 and an 8. An 8 would be too much. I just don't think it would have enough horsepower to split 8-way. So the 6 seems to work pretty good. We can raise it up so we can do knock-in 2s, knock-in halves if it's smaller wood, and then, you know, you can center up. So you have your hydraulic wedge up and down 6-way. You have your air stop measuring system. You have the other controls for the conveyor, left and right, up and down. And then you have all your primary functions right here. So if you get good wood, you can sit on this machine and really knock it out. My record for a cord is 25 minutes. That is my record, not an average. Generally, when I'm loading myself and I'm not rushing, just going through the day, it's usually about 50 minutes for an entire cord. You have a lot going on though when you're working by yourself. A lot of times I go right onto the trailer, and we may deliver directly. So I think yesterday I delivered 3 cords and I processed 5. So the deliveries were local, but you know, it takes time. You have to meet with the person you're delivering to, and you know, make sure this time of year you're not going to get stuck. We did have a couple concerns. I almost got stuck this morning. I actually had to sit out front the customer's house, not quite out front, but I waited 25 minutes for the sun to come up so we could get rolling this morning. Anyhow, so I think that's I think you pretty much got it covered there. One of the reasons I wanted to go over it is these over the last decade have really become popular. I'm starting to see them now in rental fleets, and they almost all function identical to this machine. And you know, you can get your idea of what you can produce. I will tell you, if you would go rent a machine, one of your pinch points or slow down is going to be how you load it. So you need to really think about your system. If you're loading with a tractor can get really clumsy, and you're running over the same exact spot every time. So if you're in the dirt this time of year, if the frost is coming and going, you can get muddy real quick, which could cause you some issues, especially sinking with a weight when you have to lift it up. So we have the loader here now and we're on asphalt, so I'm able to bring a 24-foot pole right in between the two buildings. It's a little tight, but they fit right in here, and you know, then that is going to be just a little under a cord that you see sitting there with the length of those poles. So thank you again, and I am glad that I am doing the last video of the year because I get to wish you Happy New Year. So Happy New Year, everybody, and we will see you on the other side in 2023.